Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Shea Stadium. Dodgers at Mets. West versus East. First versus last. Oh, I did forget one thing on my preparation here, my setup. I forgot to put the streaks in there. The Dodgers on a 4-game winning streak. The Mets have lost one, and that was the first game of this series, of course. Whoops. The cat must have been up here screwing around with my tower. Before we get into this game, I went ahead and printed this out yesterday because I had a couple of things wrong when I tallied up the totals. Pasquale gave up 10 hits, not 9. What else did I get wrong? I thought there was something else. Let's take a look. Hang on a second. Let me move these starters. 4, 5, 5, 4, 4. That's right. 4, 3, 3, 2, 0. No, the rest of them are right. I guess that was it. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. It was a 10-hit shutout. And once again, in case you missed it, that was Pasquale's 3rd shutout of the season, tying him with Juan Marichal for the Major League lead. Today, left-hander Claude Osteen gets the start for the Dodgers, righty Jack Hamilton for the Mets. Excuse me. And a happy Saturday to everyone. I actually had lunch pregame today. Hello there, Franklin, and hi to Ben. I'll tell you on a personal note, my ass is kicked from working out the last 2 days. My legs are like freaking jello, okay? I mean, I am seriously out of shape. So anyway, it'll be nice to recover. I'll get back at that on Monday. The numbers for these starters on the season: Osteen 3-6 with a 3.93 ERA. He's actually last on the team in ERA. 12 starts. He does have 2 complete games. Hamilton has been marvelous. Don't let the 2-4 record fool you. A 3.02 ERA in 10 starts. Also made 2 relief appearances. And he also has 2 complete games. Second of a 4-game series, another team that will play a doubleheader on Sunday the 5th. Quite a few doubleheaders on this particular weekend. Ben got a good workout from raking the yard. Well, I don't envy you, Ben. I don't like dealing with dog dung. Let me line it up a little better. You know how I am. That'll do. Here's the lineup for the Dodgers. Maury Will starts it off at shortstop. Wes Parker at first base. Willie Davis in center. Lou Johnson in left. Jim Lefevre will be at second base and hit 5th. Al Ferrara is in right field. John Roseborough behind the plate. John Kennedy down at third. And Osteen, the pitcher, hitting ninth. Here's Hamilton now, getting ready to work, finishing his final warm-up toss. As home plate umpire Frank Sikori says play ball. Just under 36,000 here at Shea on this day in history. It was a day game. Afternoon game. And hello to Joel. Hear me now, believe me later. All right, here's Will. Excuse me, here's Will's to start it off. Let me grab a drink of water first, then we'll get started. Yeah, one thing that I actually had 3 free sessions with a personal trainer, so that's what Thursday and Friday were. One thing he told me is I should be eating twice as much protein as I am right now. So I've been trying to eat more protein and not skip lunch until after the game. So I already had a very filling lunch today. The downside of that is it makes me want to take a nap. So pumping iron, hell, I'm just trying to get pumped up. Anyway, let's play ball. Wills will start things off. Maury Wills hitting .285. No home runs, 11 RBIs. Switch hitter batting lefty against Hamilton. The windup and the pitch is a 2-4 liner right into the glove of Ron Hunt, and we are underway. Here's Wes Parker now. Parker is switch hitter at .288. Leads the ball club in homers with 6 and has 20 RBIs. Batting left-handed against Hamilton. The windup. Here's the pitch on a 6'9 lefty. That is banged into right field for a base hit. Double to 5. That's going to be a long single for Parker. He'll round and hold at first. Parker, good speed, not really a base stealer. Let's check the battery for the Mets. And we have Hamilton here with a +3 hold. Grody a -1 arm, so +2 battery. Parker at 16 with a decent chance of getting the lead, and the Mets are going to hold him on at 14. 14, he's going to try for it. 7 or 12. 9, he does not get the lead, and here's Willie Davis. Davis at .290. 2 home runs, 26 RBIs. Hamilton working from the stretch. Pitch to Davis is a 6-11. It's a high fly ball to right field, playable. Cleon Jones is there. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down. That'll bring up the cleanup man, Lou Johnson. Johnson leads the ball club in RBIs with 31. Leads in batting among qualified players at .295 and has 5 home runs. Hamilton gets the sign. Here's the pitch from the stretch. It's a 4-7 right-handed. Fly to straightaway center. Murphy is there, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit, 1 left. After half an inning of play, it's Los Angeles 0. New York coming to bat. Oh, that's not bad, Ben. Yeah, and you got paid for it to boot. Yeah, the weather here is just a magnificent Spokane weekend. Not quite as warm as yesterday, but 71, partly sunny. I actually walked outside in a t-shirt today for the first time this year. And I would have the back slider open right now if it weren't for the neighbors upstairs. Thank you, Joel. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of things for my mind. Meditation, therapy, and realized, well, yeah, but I'm neglecting the body. So you got to do both. A lot of it stemmed from trying to compensate from my tragic loss on March the 1st. And, you know, trying to make some good come out of it. That's all we can really do. Here's the lineup for the Mets. Cleon Jones in right field leads off. Jones had been playing center. He's in right today. Ron Hunt at second base. Ken Boyer at third base. Dick Stewart will play first base and hit cleanup against the left-handed Osteen. Ron Swoboda's in left. Eddie Brassu, the shortstop. Billy Murphy, who made the catch to end the top of the first, is in center. Jerry Grody, the catcher. And Hamilton, the pitcher, hits ninth. And here is Osteen now. There you go, Franklin. The out of the park. I know what that is now. See, I finally got it. Took me long enough. Cleon Jones will start it off here in the bottom of the first inning. He's the leading hitter on the Mets at .313. 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. Osteen into the windup. That's going to be a 2-4 left-handed. Fly ball the opposite way to right. Ferrara is there and makes the catch. Here's Ron Hunt, the second baseman, hitting .279. No homers, 6 RBIs. Osteen into the windup. 6-7 right-handed. That's a grounder to second base X. Tough chance for Lefevre. 3E17 as he ranges to his left. Here's the play on a 16. He's there. Flips it over to Parker. 2 away. Nice play by Lefevre. That'll bring up the third baseman, Ken Boyer. Boyer at .265, 4 home runs and a team-leading 22 RBIs. The windup and the pitch is a 6-5. That's a grounder to short X. That's in the hole. Tough chance for Maury Wills, 327. On a 13, he's got it. Long throw in time, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Mets in the first. We're scoreless after an inning. I got to scroll down here. Actually, I'm just going to refresh. See what Joel wrote. Yeah, exactly, Joel. And, you know, I'm kind of ashamed of myself that I took so long to figure this out post-retirement. For a long time, I was just enjoying not having to do anything. Oh, I'd walk on the treadmill. But I'll tell you what, as I've learned the hard way the last 2 days, walking and working out, entirely different things, and different muscles being used and all that. I'm not going to go into it. It's one of those things, you know, either you're into it or you're not. The key for me is to make it a routine. I've started things like this before and it never really followed through, so don't pat me on the back just yet. But I'm trying. Top of the second, Jim Lefevre will start it off for the Dodgers. Lefevre at .284. I'm sorry, Lefevre with 7 home runs leads the team. I said that Parker did with 6. That is incorrect. I couldn't read it, for one thing. 7 homers, 25 RBIs. Switch hitter hitting lefty. Hamilton gets the sign from Grody now. Here's the pitch on a 5-8 left-handed. It's a little two-hopper to second. Hunt will take it. Sidearm flip to Stewart, and there's one down. That'll bring up the right fielder, Al Ferrara. Ferrara at .218, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Just 55 at-bats for Ferrara. Mostly plays against lefties, but he's in the lineup today against a right-hander. Here's the pitch on a 6-7 righty, just outside ball 4. One out walk to Ferrara. That'll bring up the catcher, John Roseboro. Roseboro, it's been a struggle for John. 185 on the year. 2 homers, 14 ribbies. Hamilton working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Roseboro now on a 5-7. Grounded to second base X. This could be 2. Hunt a 328. Here's the play on an 8. It's the E range. It's the dreaded 5, and it's going to be an error on Hunt. Oh my. E4. Ferrara to second. That'll bring up the third baseman, Kennedy. Kennedy, I've said it before, Kennedy's in there for his glove, not his bat. He's hitting just 164, does not have a home run. In fact, a good bunt situation were it not for the fact that the pitcher is on deck. Hamilton, full lined up on a 5-9 righty. It's a grounder to short X. Tough chance for Brassou. He's a 4E32. Here's the play on a 3. That's going to be a 2-star single. The run will score. So 2 X plays give the Dodgers a run here in the second. Ferrara crosses the plate. Roseboro to third. And the batter will be Osteen. Osteen, a 3, left-handed hitter, but with end power. Let's see how the Mets are going to play it here with 1 out. Osteen, a C bunter, so he's average. I'm going to roll for enter back. They will stay back. Osteen lays it down as a C. Straight sacrifice. And he bunts into the force play. He bunts it too hard to the mound. Hamilton has got Roseboro. No, he doesn't have Roseboro. He wasn't trying to go. It's a straight sacrifice. My apologies. Let's think about that, Steve. Was not a squeeze play, it's a straight sack, so he bunts it too hard to the mound. Hamilton whirls and goes down to Hunt for the force. Kennedy erased. And Osteen to first. With 2 down, that'll bring up Maury Wills, the leadoff man. Wills 0 for 1. Hamilton checks the runners. Now from the stretch, the pitch to Wills on a 1-8 righty. Single 2 stars. That's going to knock in a run. Roseboro scores easily. All the way to third goes Claude Osteen. Give an RBI to Maury Wills, and it's 2-0 Dodgers. +2 battery, 17 held at 15. Wes Parker, the batter. And Parker's going to swing away. Wills being held. The pitch to Parker on a 4-9 lefty. It's a high fly ball to right field. Going back is Jones. At the track, he makes the catch to retire the side. So a homer to 4. He rolled the 20. And that'll do it for the Dodgers in the second. They come up with 2 runs on 2 hits and an error. Leave 2. That would have been the second out. Walk, single. So both of the runs unearned as far as Hamilton's concerned. And hello to Bill, Kurt, and World's Worst. Oh, wow, Kurt, was it Hamilton? I remember the Canigliaro incident, but I didn't remember who the pitcher was. Thank you for that. So Hamilton, needless to say, obviously were the different team by that point. Oh yeah, it ruined his career. I mean, he had a pretty good career, but he was supposed to be a star. Hang on, I'm going to move that just a little bit. now that I see it, I'm not liking the framing on that. Yeah, I know it's my OCD. What can I say? Okay, let's just take it nice and relaxed here on a weekend. No game tomorrow. I have an MRI to go to, and then since I'm going to be downtown anyway, I'll stop and visit family. And hello to Frank. Sorry to hear that, Frank. Yeah, it didn't sound good the other day when you left early. Thank you, Kurt. So he went to the Angels. I'll have to look up that trade, unless somebody wants to do it for me. Hamilton with the Mets. How did he get from the Mets to the Angels? That's my question for the day, at least for now. I'm sure I'll have more. Bottom of the second, here's Dick Stewart to start it off. Stewart at 219, just one home run, 5 RBIs. Let's get Osteen on the mound, huh? Here's the windup on the pitch. That's going to be a 5-9 righty, and he bangs that into left for a base hit. Triple to 2. He holds with a long single. Stewart with a leadoff hit. Stewart ridiculously slow. He's not going anywhere, and here's Ron Swoboda. Swoboda, a name I always enjoyed. Unfortunately, Swoboda not enjoying his season so far. Comes in at 157, no home runs. Osteen out of the stretch. It's a 5-10 shallow fly to left. On comes Johnson. He's there to make the catch. 1 away. I know, Ben. They gave me 2 afternoon choices, and like a third choice they gave me was, I said I'd rather have a morning. Well, how about Sunday morning? I was as shocked as you are. I looked at my schedule and thought, yeah, why not? I don't go anywhere near downtown after around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Too much traffic and too many gafflers. Way too many gafflers. Holy crap, Frank. Have you had it looked at? So lower right rib cage, and then it crept over to the middle back. Well, I have no idea, but I'd be getting that checked out right away. Here's Eddie Brasseau hitting just 210. He does have 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. Osteen out of the stretch. That's a 1-3 lefty. Grounder down to first base. It's wide of the bag. Parker takes it. His only play is to Osteen covering, and on the play, Stewart takes second. So runner in scoring position, 2 down for Billy Murphy. Murphy just 3 for 22 so far. One of those 3 a home run. Osteen gets the sign. Pitch to Murphy's a 4-9, and it's a base hit right up the middle for Murphy. They could send Stewart. 8, 2 outs, 10 minus 1, 9. He's not the tying run. They're going to hold him at third. Even the most aggressive of third base coaches is not going to send Dick Stewart for an extra base. Well, did they do a scan? Did they do an MRI? Runners at the corners, 2 down. Here's the catcher, Grody. Grody at 247, no homers, 10 RBIs. Osteen in a little bit of a jam here in the second. Checks the runners. Now from the stretch, the pitch to Grody's a 5-8 righty, and that is banged into left center. Double to 12, and that will be a double. Scoring easily is Stewart. Stopped at third is Murphy. And it's a 2-1 ball game. Grody with the RBI double. And here's Hamilton now, right-handed batter. A pitch from Osteen on a 5-9, and he's going to drive in 2 runs. Single, he's got himself a triple. Holy crap, can you believe it? Hamilton hits one into the gap, bounces away from Johnson. Here comes Murphy to score. They're going to wave Grody in. Hamilton's going for third. The throw, he is in there. A 2-run triple from the pitcher, Jack Hamilton, and the Mets take a 3-2 lead. 3 consecutive hits off of Osteen, and John Roseboro is going to pay a visit to the mound now. Hit by Hamilton, Ben. Off of Osteen. Easy to do. Here's Cleon now, runner at third, 2 down. Osteen set, comes in with a 1-8 lefty. Hard grounder to third, Kennedy to Parker, and that'll do it. But not before the Mets come up with 3 runs. The big blow, a 2-out, 2-run triple by the pitcher, Jack Hamilton. Hamilton. Yeah, it was off of Osteen's card. That's what you meant, I think. 5-9 righty, tripled to 2, he rolled the 2. Just goes to show you, if there's a chance for a triple, there's a chance for a triple. And we go to the third, 3-2 Mets. Okay. Willie Davis will start things off. Davis 0 for 1. Hamilton gets the sign from Grody now. Here's the pitch. It's a 4-7 lefty, and he walks him. Leadoff walk to Davis. Hamilton with that poor move to first. +2, 19 held at 17. And you know what Davis has on his mind. He's going to roll for the lead. 2 through 5, 11 and 12. 3, he's got it. Here he goes 1-17. Grody's throw down. He's stolen that on a possible overthrow. Grody a 1-12. And he does not overthrow. So a stolen base for Willie Davis. For Willie, his 12th steal of the season. At second now, and here's the pitch, the next pitch, I should say, to Lou Johnson. 1-9 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to left field. Backing up is Swoboda, just shy of the track, pulls it in. That'll bring up Lefevre. Lefevre 0 for 1. That's weird, Ben. I never heard of that. Of course, insurance in general is weird, so figures. Taking his lead from second is Willie Davis. Lefevre standing in from the left side. Hamilton's pitch is a 1-9 right-handed. It's a grounder to first base. Stewart's only play is to Hamilton covering, and on the play, Davis takes third. So Willie Davis at third with 2 down. The batter will be Ferrara. Ferrara walked his first time up. Ouch. Hamilton checks the runner. Comes to the plate 2-9. It's a high fly ball to deep left. Swoboda going back on the track makes the catch. That's a loud out to left by Ferrara. He hit it well, but he got under it a bit. And that'll do it for the Dodgers in the third. No runs, no hits, a man left. I'm guessing almost all of us can relate to that. Yeah, thank you, Kurt Miller. Will Height, 10-game winner for Spokane in '66. He pitched a little bit with the big club. I don't think he has a card. In fact, I know he doesn't have a card. He pitched 4 innings for the big club. Probably in September, if I had to guess. And there you go, Bill. That's something that I don't think a lot of people consider. Americans in general, we don't want to pay any taxes. But they never stop to think about what that means. Our roads are for shit, but I don't want to pay any taxes. Just never made any sense to me. Hunt, Boyer, and Stewart for the Mets in the bottom of the third. Ron Hunt, the human backstop. 0 for 1. Osteen into the windup with a 4-5. Swung on and missed, strike 3. First K for Osteen. First K of the game for either side, for that matter. And here's Boyer. Boyer 0 for 1. Osteen with the pitch. It's a 5-10 right-handed. Shallow fly to left. On comes Johnson. He is there. And 2 down quickly here in the third. That'll bring up Stewart. He got things started last inning with a leadoff single. Came around to score. Osteen gets the sign. The pitch is a 1-9 left-handed. That ball is crushed to left field. Johnson takes a few steps back and then just admires it. That lands halfway up the seats. And it's 4-2. Stewart with his second home run of the season. Long time coming for that one. It's been an interesting season for Claude Osteen. Good numbers in real life. Just doesn't seem to transpose to the card. Here's Swoboda. The pitch is a 1-8 lefty. He struck him out. Called strike 3. Sikori rings him up, and that'll do it. 2 strikeouts for Osteen, but a long mammoth home run for Dr. Strangeglove. And the Mets lead at 4-2 after 3. Stewart, yeah, Stewart's showing signs of getting it going. A lofty goal indeed, Ben, but yeah, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. On the other hand, if my choices were van by the river or live with my sister and her 2 kids, I'd take the van down by the river. Bottom third for the Dodgers as we move to the 4th inning. Roseboro reached on an error. Hamilton gets the sign from Grovey. Here's the pitch to Roseboro. It's a 6-10 lefty. Shallow fly to center. On comes Murphy. He is there. 1 away. Here's Kennedy, the third baseman. Single and a run his first time up. Hamilton's pitch on a 3-7 righty. He lifts one to left. Swoboda is there, and 2 quick outs for Hamilton. Osteen will bat. He's a lefty 3-N. On a 6-6, just outside, he walks him. So with 2 down, Hamilton, the unforgivable sin of walking the opposing pitcher, and that'll get Wills to the plate here in the 4th. Wills 1 for 2. Hamilton out of the stretch now on a 4-5 lefty. He lifts one to center field, playable. Murphy barely has to move, and that will do it for the Dodgers in the 4th. No runs, no hits, 1 left. Still 4-2. I'm definitely going to need some more coffee before we get anywhere near the stretch. Bottom of the 4th, Eddie Brassu will start things off against Osteen. Eddie 0 for 1. Osteen into the windup. It's going to be a 4-8 right-handed. That's a liner towards second base. Single to 10. That's a base hit for Brassu. Leadoff single for Brassu. The 6th hit now given up by Osteen. And the batter will be Billy Murphy. Murphy singled his first time up. Osteen gets the sign. Now from the stretch, delivers a 1-4 left-handed. He lifts it into left field, playable. Johnson is there, and there's 1 down. That'll bring up Grody. He doubled in a run, scored on Hamilton's triple. Osteen out of the stretch. It's a 6-7 right-handed, second base X. Could be 2. Lefevre a 317. On an 18, that's going to be 2. Lefevre to Wills for 1, to Parker, double play. 4-6-3X. Nice play, Lefevre. And that'll do it for the Mets in the 4th. No runs, a hit, nobody left. After 4 complete, it's 4-2. So we go to the 5th. Parker, Davis, and Johnson due for the Dodgers. Hang on a second. I'm going to refresh the screen. I'm lagging again. I don't know if it's YouTube or my internet. Churio! There you go. Parker, 1 for 2, will lead it off. Hamilton gets the sign from Grody. Pitches a 6-7 lefty, and he walks him. 4th walk issued by Hamilton. He's only given up 3 singles. But his control has been shaky. They're going to hold Parker on at 14 for Willie Davis. Parker rolling for the lead. 7 or 12, he does not get it. And here's the next pitch to Davis. On a 5-4 left-handed catcher's card, that's Grody. Grody, a good catcher, 2E8, and here's the play. On a 6, wild pitch and pop out. So on the wild pitch, Parker to second. On the very next pitch, Davis pops out to the catcher. And that'll bring up Lou Johnson, the team RBI leader. Hamilton a glance at second. Now comes to the plate, 6'9" righty, and that's going to be a grounder towards third. Single on a 1. And that's going to be fielded by Boyer, who throws him out. 2 down. After he looks the runner back, no advancement on the ground out. And here's Lefevre. Lefevre 0 for 2. Hamilton set, and here's the pitch. It's going to be a 110 right-handed. He pops him up left side. Brissou will take it. And that will do it for the Dodgers in the 5th. No runs, no hits, a man left. Hamilton able to pitch around the 4 walks so far. We're halfway home in a 4-2 game. And I'm going to take a short break to get some more coffee. Oh, man. Just getting up, man, I'm telling you guys, every, shit, sitting down too, every muscle in my legs is barking. Yeah, I'm surprised at that, Bill. I mean, this guy looked like, 2 years ago, he looked like he was the best all-around catcher in the sport. What do you think the problem is? I have him on one of my keeper teams. In fact, I had a guy trying to lowball me, trying to buy low. If I was going to trade him, it certainly wouldn't be now. Okay, there we go. Coffee, the elixir of pep. Hamilton will lead it off for the Mets. Right-handed batter. Osteen winds and deals. It's a 6-4 righty. It's going to be a grounder to short. Wills behind the bag, 327. On a 19, he makes the play and throws him out. Top of the order, Cleon Jones 0 for 2. Osteen with the pitch. It's a 1-9 lefty. Slow roller to second. Lefevre charges it. Sidearm throw to Parker. 2 down. And here's Hunt. Hunt 0 for 2 as Osteen comes set. The pitch is a 6-7 right-hander. It's a grounder to second X. Lefevre will be tested again, 3-17. On the 15, he makes the play and throws him out. Two X plays converted, 3 up, 3 down, and we're through 5 in a 4-2 ball game. And that could be it for Osteen. He's due to bat 4th in the 6th. Dodgers trail by 2. I'll throw it out to the crowd, to the chat here. What would you do? Would you bat for Osteen or let him hit? You have a couple hitters to think about it. Heck, if Hamilton puts him down 1-2-3, he may not even come up this inning. Yeah, he's too young to give up on. To the 6th we go here on a Saturday. Ferrara 0 for 1 with a walk. Hamilton's set now. Here's the windup and the pitch on a 4-12 righty. It's a high fly ball to left. Going back is Swoboda at the track. At the wall. He makes the catch at the wall. Oh, that was exciting. On a 4-12 homer to 11. Ferrara has the power, but he rolls the 13, and it's a loud out. Here's Roseboro. Weeders. Yeah, I remember Weeders with a T. Yep. Or was it Whiters? I could be saying it wrong, but I remember him. Definitely in my keeper league era. Here's the pitch to Roseboro now. It's going to be a 5-4 left-handed. That's catcher's card, Grody. 2E8, and here's the play. On a 13, it's a pop out to the catcher, 2 down. And the batter will be Kennedy. This, by the way, is the first potential fatigue inning for Hamilton. But he delivers to Kennedy 5-8, swung on and missed strike 3, and showing no signs of fatigue as he sets him down in order in the 6th. So much for the Osteen question. Okay, bottom of the 6th. Heart of the order for the Mets. Ken Boyer 0 for 2 on the day. Osteen gets the sign from Roseboro now. Here's the pitch on a 6-12 righty. Grounder back to Osteen. Pitcher X. 4E24. Here's the play. On a 14 error range, it's an 8 on a 24, and he makes the play and throws him out. Nice play by Claude. And here's Stewart. Stewart with a single and a home run today. Scored twice, drove in 1. Here's the pitch to Stewart. It's a 2-8 left-handed. Slow roller to second. Lefevre comes in on it. Throws to Parker. He's got plenty of time with Stewart running, and he is out. Here's Swoboda now. Ron 0 for 2. Osteen into the windup. On a 6-10 righty, another grounder to third base. Kennedy throws him out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Osteen. So we've completed 6. It's still 4-2 Mets. Nobody scored since the 3rd. And that will be it for Osteen now in the 7th. As the Dodgers will lead off the 7th with a pinch hitter. Hang on while I check the usage display here. Bob Miller throwing, the right-hander in the Los Angeles bullpen. Not much of a bench for the Dodgers. It's got to be Tommy Davis. Davis, the leading hitter, not enough at-bats to qualify. 343 at 67 at-bats, 1 home run, 15 RBIs. Hamilton into the windup. Pitch to Tommy Davis on a 110. He drives one right up the middle and into center field for a leadoff single. That'll get the tying run to the plate. Davis Not the speedster he once was, but he's not the tying run, so he's good enough. Yeah, honestly, Franklin, I can't believe they didn't make a max effort to bring Burns back. So much talent on that team. Here's Wills, 1 for 3. And somebody's going to be stirring in the Mets bullpen. Let me take a look at Richardson and Eilers here. Hepler, the lefty's loosening. Richardson's basically a loogie. You don't want him facing any righties. Eilers is at least usable, but he gives up a lot of power to lefties. Okay, in that case, righty Sutherland will join Hepler. So Bill Hepler, the lefty, Darryl Sutherland, the righty, in the Mets pen. Hamilton pitching to Wills. From the stretch, it's a 5-8 left-handed. That's going to be a grounder to second. It's Hunt to pursue for 1, on to Stewart, double play. Two down, and the batter will be Parker. Parker 1 for 2 with a walk. Hamilton's pitch is a 4-9 left-handed. It's a high fly ball to right. Backing up is Jones at the track, and he makes the catch at the track. So Parker gave it a ride. It died on the track. And down go the Dodgers in the 7th. No runs a hit, nobody left. As we stretch, it is 4-2 Mets. I'm trying to figure out what in the hell is wrong with the where am I going to switch it, Franklin? Oh, you mean if I pulled Hamilton, right? Didn't need to do that. Bob Miller will be coming on for the Dodgers. Let's total out Osteen, and then we'll take a look at the Mookie cam. Osteen went 6. 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Did not walk a batter. Struck out just 2. It's like these glasses. The right eye is foggy, the left eye is fine. What's wrong with Brash? I have to admit I haven't been following Brash lately. He looked good last year. Unfortunately, I don't have the Mariner games because this MLB package blocks them out. Yeah, like I'm going to drive clear across the state to go to a game. I did hear about Gilbert. That would be a killer. Well, but he led off the inning. You're not going to take Wills or Parker out, are you? We won't have to look far for Mookie. He's crashed out on the windowsill, the kitchen window, or the dining room window, I guess, technically. Oh, you want to keep Davis in the game? Sure, but at the expense of Wills or Parker? Mookie, are you out of it? Well, he's got these blonde. Look at him. He's got himself wedged in here between the blinds. Is that comfortable? It doesn't look very comfortable. He's out of it. I tried to take him outside earlier. He gave me all kinds of hell. He didn't want to go out. Then he pulled out of his harness. There's another harness that I guess I should check and see if that's still within the return time frame. If it is, I might as well send it back. Third harness. The first one was great, but he outgrew it. The second one was too big, but I'm going to keep that one. It's a good one. I think he'll grow into it. He's kind of in that in-between stage. My tube. I should put him on my head and wear him around instead of my hats, right? Well, Davis is a 4, isn't he? Yeah. If anything, what I would do is bring Fairley in for Ferrara. And Fairley is a 2 in the outfield corners. But trailing by 2, that's not going to do the Dodgers any good. Bob Miller will take the mound. Hamilton pitching well today. Miller, he's been in 12 games, 1-2 with a save, 2.76. He'll face Brasseau, Murphy, and Grote in the bottom of the 7th. Oh, Brash didn't play last year. Okay. Well, see, there you go, Bill. There's my memory again. I remember liking the guy. That's all I can say. So that was actually 2 years ago? Jeez, time's a bitch. Brash close to returning. That's cool, Bill. Paul Skeens in the backyard of where I grew up. I saw him last night. Oh my God, they've compared him to Strasburg. I'm sorry, this guy is much better than Strasburg. Strasburg was a thrower. This guy is not only talented, but he's smart. Skeens, probably the best pitcher I've seen in quite some time. Just amazing. Here's Brasseau, 1 for 2. Miller into the windup. The pitch is a 5-4 righty. That's catcher's card. Roseboro, the Gold Glover, a 1E4. And here's the play on a 17. It's a foul out to the catcher, 1 down. That'll bring up Billy Murphy. Murphy 1 for 2. Miller with the pitch. 5'9" right-handed at shortstop X. Tough chance for Wills. 3E27. Slow roller. Wills charges it. On a 2, it gets past him for a base hit. That would have been a tough play for anybody, and Murphy is aboard with a 1-out single. That'll bring up the catcher, Jerry Grody. Grody 1 for 2. Miller staring in to get the side. From the stretch, a 2-8 righty. He struck him out. 2 down, and Hamilton will bat. He's earned it. The pitch is a 6-5 righty. Fly to center, playable. Willie Davis is there. And that'll do it for the Mets in the 7th. No runs, a hit, 1 left. 4-2 as we go to the 8th. I'm trying to figure out who's going to close this game for the Mets. Here's their save guys. Here's their relievers and their saves in real life. Hepler 0, Sutherland 1, McGraw 0, Selma 1, Bernarth 0. I'm open to suggestions. Uncarded Eiler 0, Richardson 1. And Richardson again, strictly a loogie. He's 9L lefty. You don't want him facing any right-handers. Let's check the Mets defense as we go to the 8th, leading by 2. They could have several changes. For one, McMillan will come in for Brissou. A 3E20. Let's see about first base and center field. Center field, not really an answer unless you moved Cleon Jones to center. But Stewart has to go for sure. God, do we want Stewart to go? Due to bat 4th in the bottom of the inning. He's got a single and a homer today. We'll leave him alone for now. Swoboda in left. Okay, that's pretty good. The only change for now is at shortstop. No, but other teams have guys with, 10 at least. There's a clear-cut stopper, in other words. Mets don't have anybody. Kurt would try Tug McGraw. You like that, world's worst? It's true. And it could be a moot point the way Hamilton's pitching. Hamilton entering his 3rd endurance inning. He's only given up 4 singles. Heart of the order for the Dodgers. Willie Davis 0 for 2 with a walk. Hamilton into the windup. That's going to be a 1-7 righty. Pops him up right side. Dr. Strangelove will take it. And there's 1 down. That'll bring up Johnson. Johnson 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch now on a 3-9 righty. Struck him out. 2 down quickly, and here's Lefevre. And I'm laboring over what reliever to bring in. Here's the pitch on a 4-12 lefty. It's a high fly ball to right field. Back is Jones at the track, at the wall. Makes the catch at the wall. Home run to 11. He rolled the 14, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Jack Hamilton. Hamilton hasn't allowed a run since the 2nd inning. Needless to say, we're going to stick with Hamilton as long as we can. Bob Miller will come out for a second inning. Top of the order for the Mets. Jones 0 for 3. Cleon standing in from the right side. Miller gets the sign from Roseboro. Here's the pitch. It's a 2-4 righty. Grounder down to third. It's Kennedy. Throws across to Parker. 1 down. The batter will be Ron Hunt. Hunt 0 for 3 today. Miller's pitch is a 5-7 right-handed. Second base X. That's going to be another chance for Lefevre. 3-17. Here's the play on a 3. He's not going to get that one. That's into right field for a single. Hunt with a 1-out single. Not held at 12. And here's Boyer. Boyer 0 for 3. Miller working from the stretch. On a 1-7 righty, struck him out. Second strikeout for Bob Miller. And it will be up to Dick Stewart. Stewart 2 for 3, single and a home run. Miller's pitch on a 3-8 right-handed, struck him out. That's more like the Stewart we know and love. Ed Kranepool will replace Stewart at first base as we go to the 9th. Yeah, McGraw would end up being a hell of a reliever. I wonder how old McGraw was in '66. I bet he was just getting started. I'm going to look. Came up in '65, so not too far off. In '66, 12 of his 15 games were as a starter. I don't think he's had a start yet. Now I got to look at it. No, he had 1, didn't he? No, he's had 5. Holy crap, where have I been? He has 5 starts in our replay, just 1 relief appearance. He's 1-2 with a 4.71. In any case, Hamilton so far has the game well in hand. Let's see if the Dodgers are going to stick with Ferrara. Or go to Fairley. Roseboro, Kennedy. They're going to bring in Fairley to hit for Ferrara in the 9th. Ferrara walked, flew to left twice. Ron Fairley will step in and pinch hit for him. Fairley on the season, 267, 5 home runs, 29 RBIs. Hamilton into the windup. Pitch to Fairley on a 1-7. He walks him. That'll get the tying run to the plate here in the 9th. By the way, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me on a Saturday. Not the best time for a game, I'm finding. Up until recently, of course, I wasn't playing on Saturday. But that's fine. The important thing is that the guys here enjoy it. That's all I care about. You got a lot of the regulars here. A lot of my people, as I like to say. Okay, that's a walk. See, Roseboro's a lefty. You've got righty, a pinch hitter, and then 2 switch hitters. Sutherland sits down. Hepler is joined by righty Dick Selma. Roseboro 0 for 3 today. Hamilton from the stretch. It's a 2-8 righty, and he bangs one ground ball with eyes right up the middle and into center. Fairly can round. He's a 12. Murphy a 0. They're going to hold him. His run doesn't matter anyway. And now one more hitter walk will fatigue Hamilton. You know what? There's your save guy right there. Thank you, Kurt. 13. So eventually in this season, he'll be the closer. This is his 11th start. He's only going to make 2 more starts. I see how it works now. Thank you, Kurt Miller. That was educational. And now, heck, you got to hit for Kennedy, don't you? Jim Gilliam will grab a bat and hit for Kennedy. The old man. Gilliam hitting just 165 so far. He does have 1 home run. Brody out to the mound. Now I really got to look at this Mets bullpen again. Sutherland back up. I can't make up my mind. First and second, tying runs aboard. Here's Gilliam. Infield at double play depth. Pitch from Hamilton on a 2-7 right-handed. He lifts one into center field, playable. Murphy is there, and that's the first out of the inning. And now we'll have a pinch hitter for Miller. Not much left. Jim Barbieri. He's only batted twice this year. He's 0 for 2. Left-handed hitter. Hamilton into the windup. That's going to be a 4-11, and he bangs a single into center, an open single. Fairley can try to score on that. 12-0 arm. Again, his run doesn't matter that much, so they're going to hold him. And the bases will be loaded, and Hamilton is fatigued. And here comes Westrom. Thank you, Bill. Please remind me of that. They're going to go to the lefty, Hepler. It's hard to choose when you have 2 switch hitters coming up. A lefty to follow. That would be Willie Davis if he gets that far. So a solid game by Hamilton. He goes 8 1/3. Just 6 hits, all singles. He was a little wild, walking 5. Both the runs he gave up so far were unearned. But the bases are loaded and they're all his. He struck out only 1 batter. Kennedy in the 6th. Sutherland's kind of a backwards righty. He was an option as well. But he's not good. And Selma gives up too much power against left. There's nobody good down there, basically. I can see why they made Hamilton the stopper. Barbieri at first, Roseboro at second. Not much speed on the bases for a what was known as a speedy team. They could run for Barbieri. Nate Oliver can run. But not a lot left on the bench. So Fairley at third, Roseboro at second, Barbieri at first. The batter is Maury Wills. Mets lead at 4-2 here in the 9th, but the Dodgers have loaded the bases with 1 out. Drama time. Here it is. Hepler's pitch to Wills. Batting right-handed on a 2-5. Fly to left field, B question mark. That could be interesting. Fairley 12-14. Swoboda a 0. Now they're not going to go for it. Again, his run not the one that matters. It's Roseboro at second that matters, and it's going to be up to Wes Parker. Parker will turn around and hit right-handed. Crowd on their feet. Hepler into the windup. The pitch to Parker is a 6'9" right-handed, and he walks him to force in a run. It's a 1-run game. Fairley scores. And Willie Davis will come to bat. That would appear to make Hepler the right choice, but the dice will decide. 4-3 Mets, 2 out in the 9th. Bases loaded, here's Willie Davis. Willie 0-for-3 with a walk today. Hepler into the windup. Pitch to Davis on a 6'5" lefty. Base hit into right field. That's going to drive in Roseboro to tie the game. Will they send Barbieri? 12-14. Jones a -1, 13. They're sending him. Jones throw to the plate. He scores. Holy crap. And on the 2, Parker to third, and Davis takes second on the throw. It's a 2-run single for Willie Davis against a left-hander. And suddenly the Dodgers lead at 5-4. And Phil Regan starts to throw in the pen. Lou Johnson, the hitter. Johnson 0-for-4. Wouldn't you know it, Bill? There's some, Kurt, there's some great Earl Weaver vids on YouTube. Second and third, 2 down. Hepler's pitch to Lou Johnson is a 5-4 righty. Gets catcher's card. That's Grody. 2-E8. Here's the play. On a 2, he makes the play. It's a pop out to the catcher. Look at that. Even a 1 would have allowed a run to score. Only a 2 did not have the pass ball. 2x, that ends the inning, but the Dodgers come up with 3 in the 9th on 3 hits, a pair of walks, leave 2. Okay, let's check the defense now. The Vulture coming on. Fairley will remain in the game in right field. Good point, Franklin. Yeah, in 1966, that would be true, wouldn't it? 4th all-time, Earl Weaver. And nice job, Kurt Miller. We've missed you, Kurt. I was taking that as a statement, Bill. I see now it's a question. So DeRocher was 3rd, is that right, Kurt? So who was 1st? As Regan gets loose, let's take a look at his numbers. He's been in 19 games, 4-0 with 9 saves and a 2.67. Swoboda, McMillan, and Murphy do. They could hit for McMillan. They've got Harrelson on the bench who could play short. Swoboda will bat. Ron 0 for 3 today. Regan comes set. Here's the windup on the pitch to Swoboda. It's a 1-7 righty. Fly to center. That's playable for Davis. And he makes the catch for the first out. Yeah, they got a hit for McMillan here. Let's see who it's going to be. Could be Luplow. As far as on base goes, could be Luplow or Chuck Hiller. Luplow, the faster runner, it's going to be Luplow. Al Luplow, a left-handed hitter, just 205 so far. 9 for 44, 4 of the 9 hits for extra bases. Regan into the windup. The pitch is a 5-5 lefty. He lifts one the other way to left. Johnson is there. And the Mets are down to their last out. It can't be Billy Murphy, can it? Now you're looking for an all or nothing shot. That's going to be Johnny Lewis. Lewis will bat for Murphy. Lewis just 131 with 1 home run. Regan into the windup. 4-5 left-handed. Base hit up the middle, and the tying run is aboard. Pinch hit single for Johnny Lewis. Let's see if they have anybody faster. They've got Harrelson, who would have to come in and play short anyway. Bud Harrelson will run for Lewis. Same running speed, but he's a star 17 stealer. Won't do him much good, though. Regan with a -1 hold, and Roseboro with that -3 cannon. He's a 13 not held. Dodgers are not going to hold him. And so I ask you, friends, would you steal with Harrelson? He's got an automatic lead, 65%. If he gets thrown out, the game's over. Joel wants him to go. Bill wants him to go. Grody is the batter. Harrelson taking his lead. The pitch. There goes Harrelson. The throw down. He's caught like a thief in the night. And that's the game. I was afraid of that. Probably a good gamble. Grody without much power. So with 3 runs in the 9th, the Dodgers come from behind and pull it out 5-4. Holy crap, what a game. I'll have the totals for you in a moment. Regan with his 10th save. The win goes to Miller. Another lackluster performance for Osteen. Miller's 2-2 now. Oh, hell, where did Hepler come in? Here, when he tired. So all 3 runs are charged to Hamilton. Tough loss for Hamilton. He pitched a good game. Five runs, 3 earned for Hamilton. Miller in his 2 innings. Two hits, no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. And the Mets find another way to lose, 15-26 now. Don't get me wrong, I'm for the Dodgers, but on the other hand, I think I've done a pretty good job of remaining impartial. I'm kind of stunned for the Mets here. Okay, the totals. Dodgers, 5 runs, just 7 hits, no errors. The Mets, 4 runs, 9 hits, and an error. Player of the game, Pickett. Willie Davis, that makes sense to me. That was a big hit. I'll go along with that, Franklin. Willie Davis is your player of the game. He drove in the tying and go-ahead runs in the 9th. 1 for 4 with a walk. Stole a base. Kurt Miller seconds that. So your chief Spokane Gary player of the game is the 3-Dog. Hell of a game. I won't have a game tomorrow. But man, we got a good pitching matchup for you on Monday. Giants at Phillies. Juan Marichal for the Giants, Chris Short for the Phillies. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you for the factoids. I learned quite a few things today. Yeah, it is. Marichal having an outstanding season so far. Seven and 3, 2.15. Short, 4 and 5, 3.86. 20-game winner in real life, though. Short has underperformed his card so far. Should be a good one. Please join me for that on Monday, 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. In the meantime, everybody, thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take it easy out there. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.